This conference will now be
I
recorded.
would like to note for the record that we do have all 5 commissioners present in person this evening. If you would all please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'd like to note that all public sessions of the South Whitehall Township Board of Commissioners are electronically recorded, filed, and posted to the Township website for public access. At this time, I would like to ask our Township Manager, Tom Petrucci, to please review the public virtual meeting rules.
Thank you. The public virtual meeting rules are as follows. Courtesy of the floor for non-agenda items will be at the beginning and end of the agenda. Public comment will be limited to 5 minutes per speaker. For all listed agenda items, the board president will call for courtesy of the floor prior to the Board of Commissioners taking action on that specific agenda item. For in-person attendees, please raise your hand to be recognized, then move to the podium when directed. You will be asked to state your name and address for the record and may then proceed with asking your question. For those participating virtually, please mute your microphone or telephone to avoid any background noise that may cause interference during the meeting. The chat box feature will be active throughout the meeting. If you have a comment or question, please type your full name and address into the chat box. The staff member monitoring GoToMeeting will then unmute your microphone and you'll have the opportunity to comment or ask a question. Also, for those participating online, the meeting packet with all meeting materials to be reviewed by the board for tonight's meeting is posted on the Township website and was actually posted last Friday. And it's available on the website under the events and agendas section for your reference and use. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. I'd like to note that the Board of Commissioners did meet in executive session on the following dates to discuss legal and personnel matters, February 13th, 2026, and prior to this evening's February 18th, 2026 Board of Commissioners meeting. Agenda item 4, courtesy of the floor. This is the first of 2 opportunities for members of the public to offer any comment on any non-agenda items. Are there any members present here or online who wish to address the board? Yes, sir. If you could please approach the podium, make sure the microphone is turned on, and then please give us your name and address. Thank you very much. Might have to hit there's a button there, a green light should come on.
Push.
There you go.
Easy enough. Hi, my name is Jay Short. My address is 3737 Dorney Park Road. And I am here representing my neighborhood, a little small neighborhood of a problem that we're hoping we have kind of a try to square a circle issue that's going on. There is a road, it's a single lane road. It looks very much like an alley. It's called Chestnut Lane. Actually, maybe Chestnut Drive, correction. And it's a little 90-degree angle road. It starts at 38th and Walnut in Citronia, and it ends at Mertz Lane. I've printed out a picture with the map on it, if you guys care to see it. And that road, it is an alley. It looks like an alley. It's not maintained. I actually called the township and I spoke with somebody in Herb's office and understand that it's not recognized as a public road, so it's not maintained. And so I'm here to, well, first of all, I'm conceding what my original request was going to be, but hopefully you can help in some way. The road is in disrepair pretty drastically. It's pretty horrible to drive on in warm weather. And when there is snow or ice, it is impassable. It has wheel routes in it, like a little Roman cart path that get filled up. It's not plowed. It's not maintained whatsoever by the township. I took a bunch of pictures that are 2 weeks after our last snowfall. Of course, the last snowfall was, not representative of a typical snowfall, but in case anybody would like to see those. So I think what my request is, there are 15 homes that require access to that road to park. There is no street parking on Walnut where we live. All of the garages are accessed via this road. And what called me to action is last Saturday night, two Saturdays ago, as I was letting my dogs out of my home, I heard a vehicle stuck, and was a Lanta bus for handicap, for disabled. And every single day, twice a day, a Lanta bus, there's 2 individuals on that road that are handicapped. One is a young child, and one is an older woman. She gets a Lanta bus, and that bus was stuck, and I came out and I helped. There was a poor lady on that bus for an hour because she couldn't exit. She was stuck on that bus for an hour, 20 feet away from her house, because the bus couldn't pull up far enough to let the ramp down because it was stuck in the ruts. And you can't get a tow truck in there if there's a person on the bus, so you can't even have somebody come in and tow. So the driver of this bus and I were out there going underneath, and I went and got some salt, and I was trying to help out. And then finally he called somebody, and somebody from their home office came out, and a couple of guys came out, and they started helping us too. So, but that poor lady was just stuck on that bus, and the front of the houses are all on a slope, so they're not ADA compliant, right? She went through expense to create a ADA compliant walkway in her back to get out to the street. And then the other person, every single day, every school day, at least twice a day, there is a CLIU bus that comes up and down that alley to pick up that little girl. And so my request to coming here was to first say, hey, can we take care of this road? Can we clear it out? Having spoken to somebody in the office, I realized it's not recognized as a public road, so it is not plowed. So I guess what my request is, something to consider, is can it at least be a one-time effort to pave it, to flatten it? There are 3 individuals in our neighborhood that are willing to get rid of snow in that event. There's one guy has a plow on the front of his truck, and another guy has a little 4-wheeler thing with a plow, and I have a snow blower, right? So we're happy to take care of the snow as it's needed, but we can't now because it's not even a flat surface. It just creates these 2 ice chutes going down. And so I think that's really what it comes down to. We're just in a catch-22. It's not a public road, as I'm told, so that means it's private. So in that case, how do I find out who owns it? Because they should be responsible for maintaining it. I would love to, I can go that route if that's the case, but none of us own it. So we don't know who does own it. And it's kind of like, if you're familiar with the old family circus cartoons in the newspapers, everybody that's partially responsible. Not me. So that's my ask. Can we please pave the road?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you bringing this to us. I'd be happy to take any of the pictures or information that you have. We will certainly ask staff to keep this under advisement. And the township has your contact information, correct?
I would think so.
Tom, we have.
I did speak to somebody.
We do, yes.
Information as the township considers office. Right. Thank you very much for bringing this to our attention. We greatly appreciate it. Are there any other members of the public who wish to address the board on non-agenda items? Seeing none, we'll move on to agenda item 5, minutes. Agenda item 5A, the February 4th, 2026 Board of Commissioners meeting minutes have been distributed to the board for members' review. Are there any questions or comments from members of the board with respect to those meeting minutes? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes as presented?
Motion.
Motion from Commissioner Kelly. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Fellinger-Ricker. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next up, agenda item 6, presentations. 6A, we have a proclamation for Don Klein, the chairman of the South Whitehall Township Zoning Hearing Board. And before I present this to you, Mr. Klein, I would just like to read the proclamation into the record. So we have a Distinguished Service Award presented to Don S. Klein, Esquire, the South Whitehall Township Board of Commissioners, township staff, and citizens of South Whitehall Township. Would like to recognize your 35 years of dedicated service to South Whitehall Township, beginning on October 15th, 1991, when you served on the Public Safety Commission for several years. Following that, on April 7th, 1993, you began the first of many years serving on the Zoning Hearing Board until January 24th of 2026, for a total of 33 years, including 15 years as chairman of the Zoning Hearing Board. Seldom have we seen such commitment and service to South Whitehall Township. What a wonderful example and inspiration to all. Therefore, it is with great pride and appreciation that the Board of Commissioners and the Township staff hereby presents this expression of our gratitude to you, Don S. Klein, Esquire. It's been an honor and a privilege to work with you throughout the years, and we are deeply grateful for everything that you have done for this great community. We wish you the best in all of your future endeavors. Please know that among your colleagues, you will be greatly missed. Duly presented by the South Whitehall Township Board of Commissioners and the Township staff this 18th day of February 2026 in lawful session duly assembled from the Board of Commissioners. Congratulations, sir. Thank you very much.
We get a microphone for him.
Thank you. This is a terrific township. Our commissioners are great. They do stuff that most other townships don't have happen. And I just want to thank you for this. It's very nice. It's more than very nice. It's much appreciated. And I commend all of you on all the great work that you do and you're going to continue to do. And there's a lot of interesting things coming up, so have a good time. And again, thank you all. And I want to thank Mr. Petrucci for keeping me abreast of everything that's going on. If it weren't for him, I probably would not have known that tonight was the night for this, but he kept me abreast of everything. So it was really nice of him to do that. And again, thank you all very much and good luck to everyone. And I appreciate this.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Right, next on our agenda, we have agenda item 6B, a presentation from the Greater Lehigh Valley Chamber of Commerce. Both of you would like to come up and please proceed with your presentation.
Absolutely. Good evening, everyone. I'm not sure how we follow that incredible recognition. So thank you, Don, for your service to the area. Yes, absolutely. I think that's what makes the Lehigh Valley so amazing is our people. So my name is Hayden Rindy.
And I'm Chloe Kropowski.
And we are, along with our colleague Jessica O'Donnell-Gower, your Western Lehigh Chamber of Commerce liaisons. So thank you for having us this evening. We wanted to take a moment to introduce ourselves because I know there are some new faces. I hope you are settling in well to the role of commissioner. And we wanted to share a little bit about the chamber and our work within South Whitehall Township and the surrounding communities that make up the Parkland School District. The Western Lehigh Chamber is just one of 30 chambers and councils that make up the Greater Lehigh Valley Chamber of Commerce. We are the largest chamber in Pennsylvania and one of the top 10 largest chambers within the country because of our regionalized approach in those 30 chambers and councils and the businesses that we support. We're so grateful for partnerships with townships like yourselves and the opportunities to collaborate together to elevate initiatives that you already have in place and to bring new initiatives to the area as well, all with the goal of supporting local businesses and shining a spotlight on the work of this council and the township staff. We don't do this work alone. We have a great group of board members who help drive our mission forward and help us accomplish all that we do. We're grateful to have Chris, Jennifer Aldifer, and Len Matula in rotation at our board meetings each month to help provide us with updates on the latest happenings of what's happening here in South Whitehall Township. And our board is very grateful for those updates as well as prominent business leaders in the community. We're proud to have the township as a chamber member and want to make sure that you as the commissioners know all that your membership entails. It gives each of you and all the employees of South Whitehall Township access to chamber resources like marketing, referrals, training, and advocacy through our public policy arm of the chamber. That's just to name a few of the benefits. These are the same benefits that the local businesses in South Whitehall Township that we support receive when they partner with us here at the chamber.
As Hayden mentioned, our goal at the chamber is to stimulate the economy and help improve the quality of our communities. We achieve this goal not only by providing resources for our business members, but also through hosting events such as luncheon tours, networking events, and community festivals and ribbon cutting ceremonies. When new businesses come to town or the township completes a major project, like a new playground, for example, we would love to partner with you to highlight and celebrate the community assets through these ceremonies. They are a great way to get the community excited about a new business initiative or community asset. Another initiative we are excited to host this spring in collaboration with our local municipal leaders, like Mr. Tom, Petrucci, is the upcoming Western Lehigh Municipal Update. While exact dates and times are still in the early planning stages, we are excited to bring both Tom, Bob Eibach from Upper Macungie Township, and Dr. Mark Matson from Parkland School District together to host an informational session for both business leaders and community members alike on the current projects and initiatives of the municipalities and the school district. We hope each of you will be able to join us at this event, and we will make sure to share all the details once confirmed. We are here as a resource to both you as local municipal leaders, as well as to the businesses that call South Whitehall Township home. Please feel free to reach out to us with any initiatives we can help the township market or plan in any way, and just any way that we might be able to support your community. Thank you again for your time, and we are happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you both. Before I open it up to any questions, I just want to thank you both and for everything the chamber does. Certainly the East Penn Chamber in particular, you guys have some great events, having attended some myself, and I would like to thank the township staff who take time out of their own schedules to be a part of what you do. You also have an excellent social media presence. So I would recommend that any member of the community who wants to learn more about the chamber, give you guys a follow to keep updated on all your activities. So I'll open it up to any other questions from the board, but thanks again for your presentation.
Thank you, Jacob, for your time. Great to see everyone.
All right, moving on to agenda item 7, ordinances. 7A, we have an ordinance of the Township of South Whitehall providing for the vacation of an unopened alley known as Orator Street pursuant to Article 20 of the Pennsylvania First Class Township Code, and further providing for severability, repealer, and effective date. I'd like to ask our Township Manager, Tom Petrucci, to please present.
Thank you. So Orator Street, as mentioned by Board President Roth, is an unopened alley where the township is actually extinguishing any remaining rights to the adjoining property owners. So following the process set forth in the First Class Township Code to do that, the applicant in this case was Shane L. Moyer of SLS Properties LLC, and this is the final step before you in order to formally vacate the unopened alley. So forever extinguishing the rights to the roadway to the property owners. So as you would expect, the process is quite voluminous and it's time consuming for a reason, right? To make sure that the public street, once it is vacated, that, there's really, you don't get those rights back. So if the board is so inclined, I would ask you to adopt the ordinance this evening, and then that would conclude this matter for Mr. Moyer.
Thank you, Tom. Are there any questions or comments from the board on this ordinance? Are there any from the public? Seeing none, is there a motion to adopt said ordinance? Motion from Commissioner Johns. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Kelly. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries 5-0. Agenda item 8, resolutions. 8A, we have a resolution extending the conditional approval of 1429 Eck Road outdoor storage land development, number 2022-109. I'd like to ask our Director of Development, Kent Baird, to please present this item.
Thank you, Mr. President. For the board's consideration tonight is the adoption of a resolution to extend the timeline of achieving the conditions of approval for a project at 1429 Eck Road. This is a project that might be familiar to some and not to others. This is a project that was approved in 2024 on a 5-acre property. The applicant proposed to develop a parking area for 79 truck trailers and a guardhouse. One of the conditions outstanding, and we might get some clarification tonight from the applicant, is a partnership and a third-party agreement to work on the road in front of the project. But other than that, we understand the project to be nearly 99% complete. This extension would go to September 2026. And I think if there's any additional detail regarding tonight's request, we have someone here representing the applicant. I'm guessing that's you. You jumped to the podium first.
It's me.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Hello, Kate Curcio from Fitzpatrick Lentz and Buba here tonight on behalf of the applicant. I agree with everything that Mr. Baird said. Of course, I was here before you in the fall, and stated confidently that that would be the last request for an extension. I believe that was Mr. Roth's question of me at that time, and I really did believe that to be the case. Unfortunately, we had some lag time in working out the details of the tri-party agreement, which was a condition of the approval. I did receive the township's comments today around 3:45, and it sounds like there's one more request for revision. I have provided that request to my client. I have not heard back as of the time of this meeting. I don't foresee it being an issue. Okay.
Before I open it up to board questions, I'll ask you the same question I ask every applicant with a similar request. Is 6 months going to be enough, or do we need a more protracted time frame with a check-in with the board halfway?
I really do believe that this is going to be the final extension. It's not my intention to come back and be the bad penny every 6 months.
Understood.
No, but I do believe it'll be enough.
Understood. Any other questions or comments from the board, or any additional comments from staff? Seeing none, any comments or questions from the public on this item? Thank you, Chris. Seeing none from the public, is there a motion to approve a 6-month extension of conditional approval for the 1429 Eck Road Outdoor Storage Land Development 2022-109? Motion from Commissioner Johns. Is there a second? Second from Commissioner Gronowski. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries 5-0.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Next, we have agenda item 8B, a resolution to approve, adopt, and place into effect the Emergency Operations Plan, EOP, of South Whitehall Township, Lehigh County, Pennsylvania. And once again, I'll ask Tom Petrucci, our Township Manager, to please present this item.
Thank you. So the South Whitehall Township Emergency Operations Plan has been reviewed and updated by Jeff Kelly, Emergency Management Services Coordinator, in accordance with the requirements of the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Services Code and Lehigh County Emergency Planning Standards. The updated Emergency Operations Plan will replace the plan that was adopted and placed into effect via resolution number 2022-51, which was adopted on April 20th, 2022. So we need to ensure that we maintain current procedures and guidance for responding to emergencies and disasters, and to support the protection of residents' property and township operations in accordance with state requirements. Therefore, it's recommended that the board adopt the updated emergency operations plan by way of the enclosed resolution. Mr. Kelly is in attendance this evening if you have any questions of him prior to doing so. But if not, I would ask you to adopt the plan.
Thank you, Tom. Are there any questions from the Board of Commissioners or comments? Are there any from the public? Seeing none, is there a motion to adopt said resolution approving, adopting, and placing into effect the Emergency Operations Plan of South Whitehall Township? Motion from Commissioner Johns. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Kelly. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries 5-0. Moving on to agenda item 9, motions. We have a motion to authorize capital fund expenditure of SCADA tower upgrades, Public Works Utility Division. And again, I'd ask Tom Petrucci to present, or is Herb handling this matter?
Herb can do it.
Herb Bender, let's go ahead.
Thank you. Public Works Utility Division is respectfully requesting approval to proceed with the SCADA tower upgrade project by executing the quotes included in the board packet. As many of the board may recall, and some were not on the board, last year we upgraded in phase 1 all the SCADA packs at all the water stations. Now we need to upgrade the SCADA towers that currently run on Windows 7, and the new software is unsupported with Windows 7, so the new towers will have Windows 11 to make everything compatible. So we're looking and requesting to move forward with a motion to proceed with cremation for the SCADA tower upgrade project in the total amount of $56,861. This was budgeted for in the 2026 budget. I did put the breakdown on the memo. It is across 3 different GL lines.
Thank you, Herb. Are there any questions or comments from members of the board? Are there any questions or comments from members of the public or online? Seeing none, is there a motion to proceed with cremation for the capital fund expenditure of the SCADA Tower Upgrade Project in the total amount of $56,861.61?
Make a motion.
A motion from Commissioner Fellinger-Ricker. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Kelly. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Herb. Agenda item 9B, we have a motion to authorize capital fund expenditure for Police Department, 10 permanent and 2 portable flock safety automated license plate readers, ALPR cameras, in the amount of $47,000. This is the 2026 first installment payment, and I'd like to ask Captain Steve Brown to please present this item.
Yes, good evening, Commissioners. There are currently 113 flock cameras deployed around Leon County, including 2 at the intersection of Hamilton Boulevard and Lincoln Avenue. Flock safety ALPR cameras are designed as investigative tools and do not function as continuous tracking or mass surveillance systems. The cameras capture point-in-time images of the rear vehicles traveling on public roadways and do not track the vehicles throughout their movements. Images not associated with investigation are automatically deleted pursuant to established retention policies, and South Whitehall Township maintains full authority over the data access, sharing, and retention. Data sharing will be limited to Pennsylvania law enforcement agencies, geographic areas, and statewide partners. Flock's ALPR system does not collect personally identifiable information. It captures images of vehicles, vehicle characteristics, and license plates only, and does not collect or assess names, addresses, social security numbers, DMV records, or any other personal data. The cameras do not use facial recognition technology, and that cannot be used to identify or search for human characteristics such as race or gender. Flock ALPR technology has been endorsed by organizations such as the Oakland NAACP, which noted that the technology can reduce bias in policing by focus on vehicles associated with criminal activity rather than subjective officer discretion. Jurisdictions using Flock have demonstrated measurable public safety benefits, including significant reductions in auto theft and corresponding increases in arrest rates. Our officers utilized the search feature of this technology over 200 times in December of 2025. Regionally, this investigative tool has made contributions to numerous incidents, including assaults, homicides, missing persons, and welfare checks, driving under the influence, and stolen vehicles. Most recently, this technology was utilized by a South Whitehall Township officer to identify a stolen vehicle, eliminating the need for potential dangerous pursuits. As the purchase of the Flock Safety ALPR system was previously included in the approved 2026 capital budget on December 3rd meeting in 2025, the Police Department is respectfully requesting permission to make the 2026 payment of $47,000 for the 10 stationary cameras and 2 portable units. The remaining balance will be paid in 2 equal payments of $47,000 in 2027 and 2028 for a total of $141,000. I do have Detective Tyler Doherty on the call. He's the one that worked on this project and did all the research. And I also have Michael Lucas, an account executive from Flock, who is available to answer any calls on.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you to everyone in the department who's worked on this and helped bring this to fruition. We're very appreciative. I will open this up to any comments or questions from other members of the board. Any questions or comments from members of the public or online? Seeing none, is there a motion to proceed with capital fund expenditure, 10 permanent and 2 portable Flock Safety ALPR cameras, the 2026 first installment payment in the amount of $47,000?
So moved.
A motion from Commissioner Kelly. Is there a second? Second from Commissioner Fellinger-Ricker. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Agenda item 9C, we have a motion to authorize capital fund expenditure in the Public Works Utility Division. This would be the InTouch Pipe Technologies Multi-Flow Infiltration and Inflow Study, system-wide analysis for basins 51, 53, and 54 in the amount of $60,000. And again, I'll ask our Director of Township Operations, Herb Bender, to please present.
Thank you. Public Works is respectfully asking to move forward We're signing the quotes for in-pipe technology. What this will do for us is we are in the corrective action plan with Klein's Island sewer treatment plant. This will give us a baseline of what our sewer flows are. And then it'll take into account the wet weather flows. So it'll start at the furthest point, work its way back, and they can tell exactly where our problems are. As you know, we did Area 56. The reason we started there, that was the smallest basin we have. So it worked what we did, but if we did the whole entire basins of 51, 53, and 54, we're talking millions and millions of dollars to do it that way. So that's why we would like to do this study with in-pipe technology to find out where the problems are so we can address those areas instead of trying to do the whole basin.
Thank you, Herb. Certainly, this is very advanced technology and a newer approach, but I'm so glad that you and the team are taking advantage of this. This will help us in the long run with all the many I&I challenges that we will always have
Yes.
as a servicer of a large water system. I'll open it up to any other questions or comments from members of the board. Any from the public? Seeing none, is there a motion to proceed with InTouch Pipe Technologies in the amount of $60,000?
So moved.
Motion from Commissioner Kelly and a second from Commissioner Fellinger-Ricker. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Agenda item 9D, we have a motion to authorize capital fund expenditure, also in the Public Works Utility Division. This is the lead line identification project in the amount of $290,000. And again, I'd like to ask Herb to please present.
Thank you. Public Works is respectfully asking to move forward with J.O. Bradley to assist with the lead and copper identification process. As everyone is aware, DEP and the EPA has put a mandate on all water systems that we have to have a full service line inventory. Last year, the township took the approach of we were going to try to do it with our current employees and the current equipment we have. Well, we did find out we were able to get through the areas, but then the sewer side had no maintenance being done. So we only have one vac truck in the utility division and only so many guys. So we did get through the lead and copper, but we saw we struggled on the sewer side. So that's why this year we budgeted for some help to help us in these two areas. These are also the two areas that will be milled and paved this year. When we come back to the board, if you're so inclined to approve that then. So I don't want to pave a road and then have to go back and dig it up because they found a lead service line. So we're trying to be proactive instead of reactive of finding the lead. So the action we are requesting is a motion by the board to approve signing with J.O. Bradley. And this was included in the 2026 water capital budget for the $290,000.
You heard. Are there any comments or questions for members of the board on this item?
Herb, I'm just curious, how will you alert the residents in that particular area that this work is being done?
They will all receive a letter that we will hang on their doorknobs.
Good. And what time frame are you looking at?
We're looking to get started right away. We did just have the pre-bid meeting for the milling, and we are looking to start the third week of July with the milling. So we would like to get J.O. Bradley going as quick as possible. Knowing in the one section, the mains are in the rear of the homes, so there are no roads. So we're going to concentrate on the road side first, and then they can move in, which that's why you'll see both contractors gave us two prices, one for a piece of equipment and one for hand digging, because in those easements, there's sheds, there's trees that were planted. You can't get equipment back there. So.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? I'll just add, I'd like to thank all of the residents and township staff who've been doing their due diligence with respect to all lead line identification projects. Certainly when this board caught wind of this a year and a half ago, it's a very daunting mandate. But I really want to thank all the residents who have asked questions, have reached out to staff who have complied, who have done their part. And we certainly appreciate your cooperation, noting that the township is just following the mandates from up above. So thank you to all those who have been great partners in this project. Any questions or comments, again, from the board or from the public? Seeing none, is there a motion to proceed with capital fund expenditure for lead line identification project in the amount of $290,000?
Motion.
A motion from Commissioner Kelly. Is there a second? A second from Commissioner Gronowski. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Herb. Agenda item 10, correspondence and information items. I will ask our Township Manager, Tom Petrucci, to please go through agenda items 10A and 10B.
Thank you. So upcoming meetings and events are all posted on the Township website. So Monday, February 23rd, 6 p.m., we have the Landscape and Shade Tree Commission meeting. Monday, February 23rd, 7 p.m., Environmental Advisory Council meeting. And Wednesday, February 25th, 7 p.m. is a zoning hearing board meeting for reorganization only. There's no appeals on the agenda. Monday, March 2nd, 7 p.m. is Public Safety Commission, and Wednesday, March 4th, 7 p.m. Back here for the Board of Commissioners. Also, we did receive a letter of resignation from Zoning Hearing Board member Kenneth Nowitzki. So he has spent 16 years on the South Whitehall Township Zoning Hearing Board, including several years as Secretary and Vice Chairman. So his resignation would be effective February 4th.
Thank you, Tom. Moving on to agenda item 11, courtesy of the floor. This is the second opportunity for members of the public to address the board on any non-agenda items. Are there any members present in person or online who may wish to address the board? Okay. And there appear to be none in the room physically present this evening. So with that, I would move on to agenda item 12. I do need a motion to authorize the payment of the township's invoices and disbursements. Is there a motion?
So moved.
A motion from Commissioner Kelly. Is there a second? Second from Commissioner Gronowski. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries 5-0. We have no executive session scheduled for the remainder of this evening. I would seek at this time a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion from Commissioner Kelly. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Fellinger-Ricker. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries 5-0. This meeting is adjourned. Have a good night, everyone.